The music in this video was performed and recorded by myself. A couple of months ago we got two very strange leaks. Minifigure torsos resembling the Season 13 hero suits. So much so in fact that the most popular theory was that these were simply prototype designs. And while I do think that's very possible, a little bit of other evidence has led me to believe another possible theory. That theory is that we could be getting a Shintaro D2C. Stay tuned to find out more. What's up ninjas, this is Ninjago Theory, and today we're going to be discussing the possibility of a Shintaro D2C. So how this video is going to be structured is, first I'm just going to go through a few facts about what a D2C is, what Shintaro is, then I'm going to give my evidence for my theory, and lastly I'm going to give a few predictions for the set, such as possible figure lineup and piece count and other things like that. So, what is a D2C? Well, the abbreviation stands for direct to consumer, and in business terms it basically just means that the company making the products is selling it directly to the people buying it. For example, in LEGO this would be the same as them only selling a set at LEGO stores and on lego.com, and not in any other retailer such as Smiths or Walmart. But for most people, we just define a D2C as a really huge set, because these are the sets that LEGO usually keeps exclusive. So this is kind of the equivalent of a UCS set, just something really big and detailed, typically a display set with a lot of pieces and a very high price point. So, what is Shintaro? Well, Shintaro is a kingdom set in the land of Ninjago. It's a pretty exclusive location and it's definitely very rich. You can see that with its aesthetic of gold and white. Now, I'm not going to go too much into its history and the people that live there or anything, but it's definitely a very significant location in Season 13 that could be translated into a big set very well. So as I said before, Shintaro was a pretty significant location in Season 13. It even managed to appear in the recent Season 15. To add on to this, we have not got minifigures of any of the citizens or the guards or even King Vangelis. The only one of those species we've gotten in minifigure form was Vanya. We didn't even get her with the wings or in her princess form anyways. So it would be, again, another great opportunity. Now I'm not saying LEGO is going to make it just because of this, because there's definitely a lot of locations and minifigures they haven't made, but it does raise the possibility. Another thing is that we know that Season 16 will be continuing the Vengestone buyer arc, and at some point they will have to return to Shintaro, since, you know, that's where the Vengestone is being mined. So it would only make sense that the ninja would be returning here, and it would tie in with the Season 16 show if we were to get a Shintaro D2C, and this could explain them getting new armor to accompany their mission. So as for my set predictions, I'm mostly going to do the piece count, the price, the figures, and the release date. So for piece count, I could see them doing 3 different options actually. The first of which would be a microscale model. Now a lot of people probably wouldn't like this. I reckon that would probably only have to be about 1,000 to 2,000 pieces, which of course would give us a price of roughly €100 probably, knowing LEGO. And I don't know if I'd be too happy with this version, but they have done it in the past. I don't think they'll do it because Ninjago and microscale wouldn't work very well together because it's mostly a kids theme, so I highly doubt this. 2 more likely options I see them doing is a piece count of 2,000 to 3,000, which would be about 150 to €200, which could be sort of a shortened version, not really minifigure scale. We could get a few buildings, but it would still be a pretty big set, of course, which could be pretty cool. Or they could go really big and go sort of Ninjago City Garden size, like 4,000 to 6,000 pieces, which of course will be about €300 based off the last ones. And this one, you know, it wouldn't be minifigure scale, of course, that's impossible, but a lot closer to it, and it would definitely satisfy people a lot more, but obviously a higher price point. As for the minifigures, I think obviously a microfigure set would probably just have microfigures and a few exclusive figures, but I don't see them doing that. So here's sort of what I wish to be in the set, also what could be in the set, but it's more of a wish list rather than a prediction. We could get Hailmar, of course, the main royal guard, Princess Vanya, or Queen Vanya, of course, with even her tiara and everything after she became the queen. We could get 2 royal guards, maybe more, but they usually do things in 2s. King Vangelis obviously wouldn't really be canon, but I mean, he must be in jail there somewhere, so would make sense if they would probably go visit him again to question him, so I could definitely see them doing that. All the ninja Barnea in their new armor that they put on coming there. We've already seen the Zane and Lloyd one. Obviously these can be fake, but according to my predictions, we're going to assume these are real and that's what all Ninja will be wearing. The Vengestone buyer themselves, whoever that may be, obviously I do have a few predictions for that, but nothing confirmed, so we'll just leave that as it is. Their minions, whatever those will be. Maybe some geckos and months, though I doubt that since they wouldn't really be up on the surface. And we could possibly get a little baby chompy mold for Princess Vanya. And those would be some pretty cool minifigures that I could see them doing. Nothing amazing there that they couldn't do, but that would be sort of my predictions. And then as for a release date, I don't really see them doing it in January 2022 just because we already have a sort of list. Now, I don't actually think that list is true, but if it was, you know, it wouldn't really fit in. And if it isn't, yeah, it is possible, but I'd be leaning more on the summer side just in case that list is true. But I think it's possible to be either summer or January of 2022 to lead in with season 16. And yeah, those are pretty much all of my predictions. So in conclusion, I do think that there's enough evidence for it to be possible, but of course take all of this with a very heavy grain of salt. It's just speculation, none of this is confirmed, and there's a very high chance that it won't happen. I just think there is an opportunity, and I did want to share some of my predictions as well. But feel free to leave your own thoughts down in the comments. What do you think they would do if they made the set? What minifigures, what price, and do you think it is possible and when? So yeah, just leave all that down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed the video. That's all from me. Have a great... I almost forgot. If you don't like, subscribe, and share this with your friends, the buildable bat will be very upset.